Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel Voice of Fire Tarot. The title of today's reading is Your Akashic Records Hold a Divine Message to Light Up Your Soul Path. Now in terms of the Akashic Records, every single thought we have, our feelings, what we do, is all energy. And this is stored in a place called the Akashic Records. Some people like to think of it as a library, something that's quite easy to relate to. But I believe everything we do is energy. And obviously the Akashic Records is a massive energy containing everything in the universe or in multiple universes. And energy cannot be destroyed. It just remains and it can change form. It's dynamic and it's timeless as well, which the Akashic Records are. They're timeless. So we should be able to access these Akashic Records to gain wisdom, to gain knowledge about ourselves, not just from this life, but from other lives as well. Okay, so the first part of the reading will basically be asking, what is this divine message that is being held for you within the Akashic Records? And then I'll be asking, how will this divine message light up your soul path? What will it illuminate about your soul path? What will it reveal to you about your path, really? Your soul path, which goes from your very first incarnation, right to the end, if there is an end. And then I'll be asking what you need to do to respond to this message. So any advice, really, any action you need to take as well. So for this reading, I'm going to have 4 piles, and for each pile, I've got a crystal that is to do really with illumination, or clarifying or gaining knowledge, okay, or clearly seeing or seeing beyond. So for the first pile, if you choose this first pile or first group, you'll be selecting the Sodalite crystal. Very connected to the third eye, as well as the throat chakra. And for group 2, it will be the Amethyst, a third eye crown chakra stone. For pile 3, it will be the Lapis Lazuli, again very much connected to the upper chakras. And then for pile 4, it will be this Iolite. Again, very much to do with illumination, with psychic communication as well. For clearly seeing beyond. Okay. So, as usual, please take your time, use your intuition, pause the video if necessary, and select which group or groups most resonate with you. There could be more than one as well. And remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates with you in the reading and leave the rest. If you do wish to have a personal reading, you can do so by following the link below in the comments. Okay, and also if you like what you see in the reading, please remember to like, share and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow as well. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you at your reading. Goodbye. Hello group 1 and welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the Sodalite crystal. And this reading will be about a divine message that is held within your Akashic Records. So we're going to find out in the first question what this divine message is. And then I'm going to be asking how this message will actually light up your soul path or illuminate your soul path. And then I'll be finishing off the reading by asking what you need to do about it, what action you need to take, if any. Okay. Right, so let's begin. So, Spirit, please can you tell me for group 1, what is the divine message that you have for them that is held within the Akashic Records? We're getting a strong female energy coming through, so I'm not sure whether this is actually one of your spirit guides. She has that kind of high priestess feel to her. And she's carrying something, some kind of knowledge is walking towards me. I feel there's something to do with the weather or something to do with the elements or wind or something like that. I'm getting the word wind turbine coming through as well. So let's delve a little bit deeper into this. So what is this divine message in the Akashic Records of Group 1, please? Okay. What is in their Akashic Records that we need to know about? So we have the King of Wands, followed by the Page of Swords, followed by the Nine of Cups. Wow, and it's interesting, these are all masculine cards. So the King of Wands, Page of Swords. So Page of Swords is definitely a strong message. And it's almost like, when I look at this card, this Page of Swords, it's almost like he's spinning, like a kind of like a wind turbine. He's moving the clouds around him. That's what I'm seeing when I'm looking at this card. I just feel there's a lot more to you. What this message is, there's a lot more to you. There's a lot more behind this curtain that needs to be revealed. We see all the 9 cups on top. This is the wish fulfillment card, the 9 of cups. But it's almost like you're sitting on a secret. You're sitting on something. You're aware of something, but you haven't unleashed its full potential. And the answer to how to unleash this full potential is held within this Akashic record. And what your Akashic records will do with this particular message, the divine is bringing it through, that feminine energy is bringing it through. It revealed to you how to really lift this curtain and get the best out of this particular thing. Now, I'm seeing the King of Wands, and I feel there's a need here. The message is there's a need for you to really take control and really focus your energy. And this Page of Swords is about clarity as well. So really, I'm getting the feel that what this divine message is saying, that it is actually time for action. I feel like you've done this before in this particular way in another life. You've had that masculine, very masculine energy, which the King of Wands is. He doesn't need to move from his throne. He just directs in a very, very powerful way. He's very focused. He knows what he wants and he gets the job done. And what this message is saying, that this is a really important time for you now to use this wisdom about yourself from the Akashic records that you have in the past been able to do this. You've had that masculine force. And when you've had that masculine force, when I'm talking about masculine force, I'm talking about willpower and willing something to happen and wanting something to happen. And putting your mind and putting your energy to it in the most clear and direct way. And this is what is needed now, really, really important. And at the end of it, what will happen is, it's almost like this curtain will lift. Yes, as I said before, this is wish fulfillment, but he's sitting down. And I feel like there's a need, I just feel like there's a need for action. What they're saying is, by sitting down here, and this curtain is covering up so much more potential that is beneath the surface that you can't even see. Okay, so I'm going to get a bit more information about this now. So I think I'm going to go to this deck. I would like to know, please, about what is hidden beneath this curtain, behind this figure, this male figure in the 9 of Cups. I want to know more about this card, please. 10 of Pentacles. Now, what I'm feeling here, I'm feeling that something is being coveted or being hidden. And what you need to do, because this man also is hidden away, but he's also choosing to hide away. But he's also able to communicate with the public, which is what I'm seeing here. I feel like you have some sort of idea that needs to be brought out and shared with others. These pentacles are actually, I believe that these are what is beneath this curtain. There's a need for you to really, I feel there's a need for you to come out of your shell and really use that power you have. There's something that you need to bring to the community. This is what I'm feeling here. Because at the moment, it's something that you're keeping to yourself. But by doing that, by keeping this idea to yourself, you're not really seeing its full potential. You won't see its full potential until you get really clear about it. But also, the main thing is that you need to take that risk and communicate it to the outside world as well. That's really important. And this is really important for your soul development as well. Very important for you. So I'm going to get some oracles now, just to get a bit, see where we're going with this. So I'm going to use this intuitive life coaching deck. So please can you tell us, please, about this divine message? Any different angles or anything more you want to say? Group 1, in their Akashic Records. And it's funny also, the Sodalite crystal is all about really communication, very much to do with the throat chakra. So I feel there's a need for you to project out and not keep these ideas, these wonderful ideas to yourself. Wow. Spiritual teacher. You are being guided to step into your role as a spiritual teacher. So what I feel I was seeing when I was getting the images of this female figure, so the female figure or the female energy, which we all have, regardless of whether we're male or female, this energy within all of us, the masculine and the feminine as well. I feel I was shown the feminine aspect, your creative, your receptive aspect. But now what you need to do, you have this spirituality, you have these ideas, you need to teach them, you need to impart this knowledge to others. Okay, so I feel, to me, here's a lot of wisdom and a lot of power. But now what they're saying, what Spirit is saying, there's a part in your Akashic record, so this could be something in the future or something in the past, but it's now important for you to bring it into the present. You are meant to be that teacher. You're meant to impart your knowledge. You're meant to be someone who guides others. Okay, not just yourself, but you're meant to guide others, and this will unleash your true potential. Okay, what have we got here? Solar light upgrade, solar plexus chakra, inner fire, willpower. And what have we got here? Really important for you to unleash that inner fire that you've got, that masculine energy. What they're saying is now is the time, because what this will do, as we have here, solar light upgrade, is very much to do with your solar plexus chakra. Solar plexus is often yellow, well, it is yellow. We have a lot of yellow here, and it's to do with the sun. The sun is a male energy, and it's about projecting. Yellow is also the color to do with our mental faculties as well, our thoughts as well, and it's about projecting your thoughts, not keeping them to yourself. Expressing yourself is really important now. Expressing yourself to other people. I'd like to get a bit more about this Page of Swords, please. Wow, okay. So what they're telling me here is what you need to communicate. Well, this message actually is to really balance your divine feminine and your divine masculine together. There needs to be more of a balance. I feel for some of you, there might have been a bit of time where you haven't had that confidence really to actually project these ideas. What they're saying is you are actually getting these ideas from a pure, angelic, wonderful source. Really, it's almost like this is like the Garden of Eden. You're getting it from a really high frequency, the frequency of love, and you've got a lot of messages that you need to impart to people. And this is obviously this to me is of a very esoteric and spiritual nature. You need this to impart this people. You need to impart this knowledge to people. You are there as a guide. You are there as an advisor. They want you to step into your power. This is what you're meant to do. It's almost like a point in your, like a karmic point in your life now. When we're talking about all your lives, this is in your life now. You're meant to be that spiritual teacher, be that spiritual guide. Wow. Okay. So what I want to know now, please, Spirit, I would like to know, how will this message, this divine message, how will it illuminate or light up the soul path of people in group 1, please? Okay, this will be interesting. And again, on the bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands, and it's all about firepower and projecting and willpower and really getting the job done. And courage as well to do that. So the Ace of Swords, and the Ace of Swords is, to me, is complete clarity. This almost is like a new beginning as well. Aces are very much to do with new beginnings. A new beginning of clarity and a clarity of direction. You're being highlighted. This sword is a sword of truth. It's, you know, breaking through all the confusion. It's like almost a lantern. The sword is like a lantern for you to follow your path. And I see these mountains. These are very much about your fears, about the unknown. But what they're saying is you don't actually need to worry about that. You have this gift. You don't need to worry about it. You have the potential. You have the ability to be the spiritual teacher, to be this guide. Wow. And then we have the Tower. Now, often the Tower is seen quite negative, as something quite destructive, but as everything in life, we all need the process of destruction in order for creation to happen, in order for this new beginning to happen. This to me is for you to allow that transformation to take place. It will feel quite turbulent because a lot of things are going to be illuminated to you when you take heed of this message. It's almost like this will overturn previous perceptions that you have of yourself and of your abilities. This will actually, it's almost like breaking apart the old to bring in the new. So what's happening is it's destroying the old version of yourself. And if you can see the crown chakra, or the crown is being blasted off, it's almost like you've got to accept you're going to get a lot of downloads from spirit. And to recognize that these downloads are going to give you much more clarity in terms of where you're going with your soul path. And then we have, okay, this is a very interesting combination of cards. We have the Devil. So when I talked about this discomfort with yourself, I feel that you are going through some sort of spiritual awakening. And what you need to do is take on board this message. What this message will do, because you have such potential as a spiritual teacher, as a spiritual advisor, as part of any spiritual awakening, there is the need to uncover the shadow, deal with the shadow, deal with the things we don't like about ourselves, the things we're insecure about, to uncover it. Because if you don't uncover it, it will just fester. What this is about is being aware of the shadow and realizing that you can't get rid of the shadow. It will always be there. You just have to learn to integrate it within yourself. Okay, this will give you power by doing that. Give you power. It will give you that impetus, that King of Wands. It's being aware of your shadow and how to tame it. How to tame that inner shadow within yourself. And also what's interesting as well, we have the male and female energies, like we have here, the male and female, but both really are polar opposites of the spectrum. This is completely to do with the light. This is completely to do with the darkness. So it's about uncovering that darkness and working with it, integrating it. And what this will do, this will speed up these Tower moments. It won't be so prolonged. Yes, it might be quite difficult, but at the end of it, it will be worth it because you will be renewed. There'll be much more clarity for you along your soul path as the spiritual teacher. Okay, I'd like to know more about this Devil card, please. Queen of Cups. Okay. I feel that your intuitive abilities are really going to strengthen. So, and again, the Queen of Cups is to do with the feminine, which is to do with the, your intuition, your psychic senses, your ability to receive information. It's very clairsentient. It's receiving information through your feelings. It's very reflective as well. It's allowing the emotions to actually, it's allowing the tears to flow. It's allowing them emotions, understanding the emotions, not ignoring them. This is what this is saying. The way to deal with the shadow is to really to take notice, to reflect on it. With the Queen of Cups, she's obviously not in much of a hurry. She's taken the time to reflect on the darkness and gaining wisdom from it. Okay, she's studying her feelings. She's given herself the time and the space, and this is what. This is how this message will illuminate your soul path. Yeah, you'll be able to give yourself more time and space to explore yourself, to truly know yourself. This is what's happening here. And as I said before, this will allow this destruction of the old insecure you. This obviously we all have insecurities, but this will allow a new you to come through. It will enable you to tap into this message, the true power of this message, your true power, to really bring it out as well. Wow, very interesting. Okay, I'm going to go back to the intuitive life coaching deck now. So, how will this divine message illuminate the soul path of people in group 1? And I also feel the best spiritual teachers have faced a shadow. They've faced difficult things about themselves and about things. They've faced things. They've learned how to work with it as well, and it's given you that experience as well, in order for you to be that leader, be that guide for others who need that similar sort of help. Obsession. It is time to get out of your head and back into your heart. Yes, Queen of Cups. This is about opening your heart to the divine. And when you face really difficult things, this really tests you as well, I think. And again, this will elevate your heart energy to that higher heart energy as well. And obviously this will increase your experience. Yeah, so it's really about not overthinking, allowing the emotions to flow. And this will open you up psychically even more, okay, and develop your skills. Let's have a look at what we've got here. Wow, Seraphim's Gateway. Voice activation, angelic attunement, divine support. Wow. So the Seraphim, sorry, I can't even talk properly. The Seraphims are really, really high, very high level of, archangels. I'm not a complete expert, obviously, but very, very close to God. They're so light that you can't look at them. They emit so much light, and it's very funny that we're talking about lighting up your soul path. So what we're getting here is that you are getting attuned. Your frequencies are being elevated, are being increased. You're getting closer to spirit. You're getting closer to your, if you want to call it, your higher self or your soul purpose. Very strong thing happening here. Your voice is getting activated. By allowing this message, you'll be able to communicate this message even more through your voice, having that communication. Remember, we have that Sodalite here to do the throat chakra. You are getting attuned. But when you go through this, all the time along the way, you're going to get that divine support if you do this, if you follow this work, if you allow your emotions to really flow, really listen, really get in tune with yourself, with your feelings, and that will connect you much more to that angelic energy. Okay, so lastly, I feel like this is sort of out of the question, but I'm just going to get a bit more information about what people in group 1, what action should they take about this message. I'll use 2 cards for this question. So, okay. We have the 2 of Swords followed by the 4 of Wands. Beautiful. Now, this again is holding that energetic space for yourself. It's having them times for yourself to just have a bit of retreat into your mind, into yourself. This to me, again, is about reflection of the mind, rather than that obsessive kind of anxiety in the mind. This is about calming the thoughts, and this will enable you to get connected. As you can see here, we have the moon, which is all about, that feminine energy, that intuition. And we have the calm waters as well behind this, behind this person, behind this figure. So it's about finding your stillness. And what this will do, this will bring you into balance with your conscious and your, maybe also like, your conscious and your subconscious mind will come together. You'll come together with your soul as well. This is about, and again, this is fire. This is 4 at once, but this is about stable fire, about having that stability in order for you to project your will in the best way for yourself and others, for you to be that spiritual guide. Okay, so last words of wisdom, please. So I think I'm going to go to this numerology deck. So what should they do? How should they respond to this message, please? Perseverance. Yes, definitely. We have the green colour, which is very much about, connecting with nature. Also very much to do with the heart chakra as well. And four we have here, very much to do with stability as well. And perseverance, having patience with it, having patience with the process. This isn't really telling me you have to do loads of activities. This is about actually holding the space, holding the stillness, and being patient with the process. It will happen. You will get there. Any last words of advice, please? Or what people in group 1 should do about this divine message? Perception. You are getting ready to have a shift in perception that will change everything. And I think this ties in with this, this 2 of swords. This is allowing yourself that time for what you will do when you give yourself that time and that space, that energetic space, your perception will naturally change. It will naturally broaden as well. And then you will come into your full power as a spiritual teacher. Beautiful. What a very, very interesting reading to start off with, group 1. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the usual things. But for now, thank you very much and goodbye. Hello, group 2. For this reading, you chose the Amethyst crystal. And the title of this reading is Your Akashic Records hold a divine message to light up your soul path. So the first part of the reading, I'll be asking Spirit what this divine message is that's held within your Akashic Records. And then I'll be asking how this message will actually light up your soul path. How will it illuminate your soul path? So you know where you're going on this soul path. And then I'll be asking, to finish off, I'll be asking for any advice on what you should do about this message, how you should respond to the message. Okay, so let us begin. So, Spirit, please can you tell me, in the Akashic Records of people in group 2, what divine message is being held there, please, for them? What divine message is being held for people in group 2 in the Akashic Records, in their Akashic Records? Let's see what we have. What is in the vast Akashic Records of group 2? So firstly, we have the 8 of Swords, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the 7 of Cups. So the divine message to me is saying that you need to have patience at the moment. I feel that a lot of you in this group have a lot of dreams, and I do feel that you are able to connect in some way to other realms, which is what I'm seeing here. But at the moment, I feel that this message is saying that you are closed off from it at the moment. But it's a skill that you have. You're able to connect to other realms, and you're able to manifest things as well, which is what I see here. You're able to manifest. But at the moment, I feel a lot of you have some degree of impatience with how long things are taken to manifest, But what this divine message is saying is, if you have the patience, if you have the vision in mind, the vision's really, really important. You will get there. You'll be able to ground this. The Knight of Pentacles is very much about grounding, but also it's a very strong knight. He's able to withstand a lot. He's able to see, I see him here, he's watching, he's almost like a statue. He's watching the seasons change. He's watching things die, things grow again. He's actually in tune with the natural cycles of the earth. But what's happened is he's in tune with the natural cycles, but he's holding this pentacle in his hand, and he's looking for the right time to actually develop this. He's sort of biding his time really, but in the process of biding his time, he's building up strong foundations, really, really strong foundations. And I feel at the moment, there's something that's causing you not to actually see what is going on at the moment. I see a lot of confusion and kind of muddiness here with this kind of fog, this cloud that's really causing some confusion. And it's like you've got the blinkers on and you feel like you're in some sort of mental prison at the moment. But if you have the patience, you're able, and keep that vision in mind, you're able to come out of this prison and start to manifest, because you've done it before. There's somewhere in your Akashic Records, there's some ability you have that you're able to really ground things, really ground wonderful things and turn them into something really dependable, but also strength, really, really strong on earth. So I'm going to get some clarifiers for these cards. This is really interesting, actually. So I'd like some more information, please, about this divine message for people in group 2, please, that is held in their Akashic Records. And what I feel here, looking at this Knight of Pentacles, especially as its essential card, I believe that you've had some sort of vision or idea, not just in this life, but I think you've carried it through various lives. And I feel this is why you're feeling a lot. I feel like it's something really big. And I feel like this is why you're feeling a lot of impatience at the moment. It's almost like you're thinking it's just a dream, it will never happen. You're feeling in the dark, you can't bring it down into reality. But yeah, you have to have patience. It's time for you to start really utilizing this Knight of Pentacles energy, that patience, that thing of building foundations. It's almost saying you can't build something from nothing. You need to lay the foundations first. That's really, really important. Okay. So what have we got? We have the 8 of Pentacles. Yes, you've been working on something, but for some reason it's almost like the progress that you're making has been halted at the moment. For some reason, I believe there's some lack of clarity or lack of confidence in what you're thinking, or in terms of what you think about yourself, your actual perceptions. I feel like you've got the blinkers on and you're not seeing the whole. I feel like you're not seeing the whole picture at the moment, and this is what you need to do. Sometimes we could be working on something for such a long time that we start to get tunnel vision, which is what I'm seeing here. I feel like a lot of you in this group are very analytical, and when you get your mind set in something, you're able to see it through to the end. But there's a need sometimes for him to drop the hammer and just look around, and what will happen is you'll get a much bigger vision of what is actually happening as well. Then we have Magician. Yes, this is where you come into your power. If you stop what you're doing, this will open up your eyes, open up your perception. Again, he's standing in. We don't know how big this field is and what his vision. He's got panoramic vision all around him. He's getting all the information. He's not in a rush. He's getting all the information. And remember, this Magician is Mercury. Once you have this information, then you become the Magician. You're able to manifest. This Magician is all about manifesting what is unseen into earth, and he's got all these elements at his disposal. He's got the cup, water, pentacles, which is earth, swords, which is air or the mind, and the wand, which is fire, the action and the doing. He's got all the elements at his disposal, and it's still with Mercury. Very, very quick thinking, but it's being able to, Remember I said the Akashic Records are energy, and everything we do is energy. You know, the difference between a thought and an action is really a different manifestation of that energy. A thought changes energy to become an action. And this is what this is about, getting really, really clear and having the whole picture. And this is what you need to do. And then, yeah, wonderful. This is your time to do it. So what they're saying here is a karmic point in your life now. You need to start building something solid. And by doing this, by taking them, they might feel like baby steps at the moment, but by taking these baby steps, you start to learn a lot more. You get a much wider panoramic view of the situation. It could be that business that you're building, that idea that you've got, which I feel this does heavily pertain to that, some sort of business or some sort of idea that you want to, you know, could be a creative idea as well, could be anything, but something that you need to bring to earth in the most clear way possible. And this is part of what you need to do, really. And what this is saying, the Justice card, very much to do with the Karma card, but this is really saying it's time to bring these wonderful ideas out of the fog and bring them into the three-dimensional. It's a time to take them blinkers off. But in order to do that, you just need to have a bit of patience. And as I said before, see the whole picture, and then you will become the magician. This is what it's saying. So I'm going to use this intuitive life coaching deck to get a bit more information about this divine message for group 2. Parting ways. It may be time to move on from this person or situation. Now, I feel this is to do with a situation in your case, group 1, for a lot of you. And the situation is of you feeling restricted, feeling that you haven't got the ability or possibly the means to do this, and what that's to do, whatever it is you need to do. And what that's doing is just putting the blinkers on. You're not seeing the whole picture. You need to actually stop and look around you. He's about stopping, his Knight of Pentacles, and looking around him, and then you will get the answer, and then you will be able to progress. And in numerology, 5 and 8 adds up to 13, which breaks down to 4, and 4 is about building, you know, solid. It's a solid structure. It's about building that stability as well. Okay, let's see what we have. So, anything else you want to say about this, please, Spirit? Sacred inner space, sacral chakra, tenderness, sensuality. Yeah, I think here what this is about empowering yourself. This is about, I see this inner light here. It's almost an inner light that needs to shine through by taking off this blindfold, metaphorically obviously, and illuminating what is behind this fog. And it's also giving yourself time. Sometimes when you've got your mind focused on something, you could be doing a project or an idea or something like that, or a business. When you've got your mind so tunnel focused, sometimes you don't give yourself time to really enjoy yourself and do things that are different from what you've got your mind focused on. And sometimes, well, a lot of the time I would say, by doing creative things or doing things that you enjoy outside of what you're focusing on, this can actually give you the impetus. This can give you a fresh perspective on things. And again, having a fresh perspective would enable you to move on from the old and bring in the new, because this will broaden your perspective of things. Okay, so what I want to know now is, how will this divine message illuminate or light up the soul path of people in group 2, please? Okay. It's funny, when I was channeling your energies or the divine message from your Akashic Records, I was seeing a lot of grey. I've seen it's almost like you were on somebody on a deserted beach with not many people in them, but it was very grey and wet and quite dull, really. So I feel there's a sense that what Spirit is asking, this divine message, is saying that there's a point in your life where you need to actually bring a bit of interest into your life. And this is by doing other things, finding other interests. And what this will do, this will fuel your passion even more, and you'll be able to get a lot clearer about things. And this will, create this beautiful light, really. So we have the Nine of Wands, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. Remember when I talked about new beginnings? Aces are new beginnings, and this is a new beginning, a golden opportunity. By doing this, having this patient approach, by just dropping tools and just looking around you, getting absorbed in things, being mindful, being absorbed in the moment, this will take you off to dreamland. It's fine to be in dreamland sometimes, but sometimes we need to be in reality and see what's around us, because actually this can give us information about how we can ground our dreams as well. Yes, this will present to you a golden opportunity. And I feel here, this Nine of Wands, you're nearly at the end. I feel that a lot of you have struggled, possibly with self-confidence, and maybe limited perceptions or thoughts about yourself or about what you can actually achieve. But you've been brave. You've stood the test of time. You've been able to get through this. And by doing this, remember, he's about patience as well as his Knight of Pentacles. I see a lot of patience here. There's a lot of waiting. By doing this waiting game, you're opening up your perceptions, you're opening up your vision, and then this new opportunity will come in for you. And it's a Pentecost. This is where you're able to ground things, make something beautiful on earth, not just beautiful in your dreams, but beautiful in the three-dimensional. It's about making your dreams a reality. Wow. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. This is complete achievement. That sense of fulfillment, that sense of achievement on earth. Wow. Wonderful. You've gone from the Knight of Pentacles, and you've taken on board that magician energy, and you've finally manifested everything you wanted on earth. Whether these be material things or less tangible things as well. But it's a sense of real achievement here. This is wonderful. And this hand holding this pentacle is almost like a torch, and there's a pathway here, as you can see. And you're going through this archway, and it's just something wonderful on the other side. The garden here is beautiful. It's in full bloom. This is what I feel is going to happen to you. You've gone from one pentacle to loads. Full bloom here. Wow. Okay, let's find out what else we have to say. So how will this divine message lighten up the soul path of people in group 2, please? Approval. Choose to approve of yourself, and others will do too, or others will too. Well, yeah. So self-approval, self-confidence, that's what's really come through here. And this will mark that turning point for you. This will tell you that, when you get that self-approval, that confidence in yourself, this will be your indicator from Spirit that you have followed this message that is coming through from the divine. This is what is meant to happen. It's part of your karma for you to be able to manifest your dreams into reality. But you need to approve of yourself first. And you just need to give yourself a bit of time to see what's in front of you or what's around you as well. Let's see what we have here. So, Gateway of Light Activation Oracle. What have you got to say, please, Spirit, through this deck for people in group 2? How will this divine message illuminate their path, their soul path? Wow. We're talking about soul paths, and we have the card Soul Star Activation. Fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are. So we've gone from the root chakra right to the soul star chakra. You're completely activated on all levels, from your lower levels, for the lower chakras to the higher chakras. You've achieved you've got a sense really that you're achieving your soul purpose, what you're meant to do, what you're meant to bring to earth as well. Wonderful. Because you've had that patience, you've had that vision. Okay, So I'd like to know now, please, Spirit, what should people in group 2 do? How should they respond to this message from the divine that's held in their Akashic Records? It's almost like you're activating some sort of code by doing this particular action, by having this patience, having that magician energy. You're activating a code that will suddenly bring down, after all this waiting, will bring down all these wonderful things to you on earth. We have the Four of Pentacles, followed by the Queen of Cups. Now, instantly looking at this, there's a need for you to really ground. This is stability as well with the number 4. In some regions, it means removing blockages, but I don't feel that is the case here. This is more about you, really. I talked about, when I was talking about your lower chakras, so we have your root, your earth star, and your soul star chakra up here. Your crown chakra, heart chakra. These are all the bridges between your chakras. This is about what they need you to do is really try and ground that energy. And we have the Queen of Cups here. So we're really, really very much to do with your psychic senses, your intuition, your feelings. It's having that reflection and being able to ground what you want. Really focus on grounding yourself. This could be through, obviously, meditation, visualization as well. Really think about how you can ground your dreams, whatever it is you want to do, and make them a reality. But it's going to take time, and it's really going to require you to really go deep into what you're actually feeling, what you're sensing, really get to grips with that as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to go to this deck, the Mediumship Training deck, just for some advice for people in group 2. How should they respond? What action should they take? And also, I talked about building solid foundations. This is what we're doing here. We're building grounded foundations, but not forgetting to be in touch with your intuition as well. Psychic touch. Okay. Yeah, so this has been in tune with everything. Again, your psychic senses are really, really important, in tune with your feelings. We have the heart chakra here, that gold heart up here, and wonderful. And it's being in that sense of stillness, that space to actually bring things down, to believe in yourself, believe that you are the magician. Because what this is saying here, in your Akashic Records, you have been a magician, or you know, whichever life, it could be a future life, a past life, interdimensional life, you have this ability to be that magician and manifest. But in order to tap into this, what you need to do is really approve of yourself, connect to your soul purpose, really connect to your senses and really ground it. It's time for you to ground it now. Okay, any last words of advice, please? People in group 2. Nourishment. You are being asked to take time out for self-care. Yeah, so I feel a lot of you are working really, really hard. As we see here, there's 8 of Pentacles. You're one of these people, you can really focus on a project. You see it through to the end. But I feel sometimes at that particular time, sometimes you get that kind of tunnel vision and you forget everything else around you. When you do that, you miss certain things. Things that go past. Could be, time with friends, time with family, time with your, animals, with nature. It's about being involved with that, which is what this Queen of Cups is about, and this psychic touch is about. This is how you're going to increase your intuition, increase your awareness, increase the information that you need to be able to channel your dreams into reality. You need that time out. This will broaden your vision. Beautiful. Okay. Lovely, interesting reading, group 2. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, please remember to hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the usual things. But again, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye. Hello Group 3, you chose the lovely Lapis Lazuli for your reading, which will be your Akashic Records holds a divine message to light up your soul path. Okay, as I said in the introduction, I'll begin the reading by talking about or finding out about this divine message that is held within your Akashic Records. And then I'll be asking how this message is going to actually illuminate or light up your soul path. And then I'll be asking Spirit for any advice on what you can do to respond to this message. What actions, if any, that you need to take. Okay. When I'm connecting to your energies, Group 2, I'm getting a sense of a car moving through sludge or sediment. And it feels quite dark. I get a mixture of blacks, purples and blues. It's almost like you're moving through some kind of void, and you've done this before, and it feels like there's no end to this void. But at the end of it, I see like kind of a white, kind of a glowing horizon on the end of it. And it's almost like there's some key or something that you've done in another part or another incarnation that you can bring into this particular life where you are now, in order for you to really travel through this sediment. It feels quite sticky, really, but this will enable you to move through what feels like the void, to move through the other end of it. Okay, so Spirit, please can you tell me what is this divine message that is being held for people in Group 3 in their Akashic Records that will light up their soul path, please? Okay, so we have the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck, so I think it's going to be a very, very powerful reading. I feel there's going to be a lot of soul searching here as well. So we have the Five of Cups. Remember I talked about that sense of a void, that sense of darkness. And then we have the Five of Swords, which again is murky. I'm getting a sense that the sky is it's almost like you can feel the sky. It's very, very dense, it's very murky and very muddy. And then we have the Knight of Swords. And I'm getting the sense that you have this impatience to actually really rush through this void to get to the end. But I feel that you've traveled through this void before, and you've also got power. You found your power within the void, and you have come out at the other side. So what I feel Spirit is saying is there's a message within your Akashic Records, a reminder of how you've done this before, how you traveled through this void and got to the other side. And that's to bring with you to this life now. Okay. Right, so let's see. I want to get I'd like some more information about this Five of Cups, please. I'd be very interested to know about this Five of Cups. I feel that a lot of you in this group, you're feeling quite detached and isolated from society around you. Things are feeling quite murky. I think you're finding it quite hard as well to connect with, almost with your soul. Remember we had the High Priestess in the bottom of the deck. It's almost like you feel there's a lack of connection with others around you. I think a lot of you have maybe at the moment have particular perceptions of the world at the moment and of society in general that may be quite negative sometimes. I think a lot of you probably like your own space at the moment, but I think there's the added issue that you find it difficult to connect with your soul, your spiritual self. Some people might call it your higher self at the moment. But what Spirit is saying, that this is part of you going through this void at the moment, and it feels quite difficult. So more information about this Five of Cups, please. Actually, I want to get information about all of these cards. So, Five of Cups, the Five of Swords. Now, what's interesting is 5 in numerology is to do with challenge. But out of challenge comes, after challenge, you evolve and you grow as well. Okay. Right, so, okay. We have the shadow, the devil on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, there was a lot of darkness. There's a lot of shadow work I feel that is going on, or what might need to go on a little bit more. Okay, look at the difference. We've got the Five of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. What a difference. It's almost like this Page of Cups, he's getting this person, the Five of Cups, to turn around out of the shadow and see what is that available for him. These 3 cups, yes, these resemble disappointment. They've been spilled. Things almost feeling like you're a failure in something, but it's not actually true. There's something there that's behind you that you need to see as well. And he's offering a way of, I feel like in the past, possibly in this life, but I feel this in other incarnations. I feel like it's a long time ago that you've been through this void before, this difficult stage, this shadow. But what's happened is you've had a moment where you've been able to see things from a completely fresh, new perspective. The pages are also messengers. You've received a message before that's thrown light on something. You've been able to see the positive side of an issue that has felt completely negative and completely desolate, but you've been able to see the positive side, and this has completely thrown light on what was dark, and it's almost strengthened your connection to your imagination. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Yes, this is you actually getting your power. It's almost getting your mojo from traveling through this void. You're getting a lot of self-power, determination. You're being connected more to your creativity as well. And then we have the Empress. Wow. And I talked about creativity. The Empress has the number 3, which in numerology is about creation. The Empress as well, it looks like some people say she might be pregnant, so she's giving birth, or she's in the process, or she's pregnant. She will go into labor at some point. This doesn't have to be a child. This can be anything, birthing new ideas, birthing new happiness. New things are being created, new wonderful things after this period of darkness and difficulty. Okay, so I feel I need to go to this deck for this reading. Okay, what is this divine message that is held within the Akashic Records for people in group 3, please? We have, wow, unconditional love. And as you can see, where there was darkness, things are starting to lighten up. You can see this body, it's almost like an energetic body. It's in complete darkness. It's like they're going through the void, but they're coming out of it. And you can see this enlightenment. And what you can see, we have unconditional love. We have the heart chakra here is lighting up. It's getting purified. And this is what happened to you before. This is what you can bring into this current time now. And as you can see, there's enlightenment here. The crown chakra is ablaze, really lighting up. But also, if you see, the third eye chakra is lighting up as well. Okay, so it's like you're going for this darkness, you're getting through your heart chakra, you're getting much closer. Things are becoming much clearer for you. Again, I said a new way of seeing things that will completely overturn this darkness, and you'll be able to really come into your power. Okay. Anything else, please, Spirit, for group 3, about this divine message in the Akashic Records? Something needs to get activated in order for you to bring out this light again, and it's something you're able to do. Fear. Your fears are keeping you from moving forward into the life that you deserve. Yes. When I was talking about that feeling of isolation, of not really fitting in with the world around you, not feeling that you have a place in the world around you. But if you look here, this Knight of Swords, he is about courage, determination. He's fighting through. I feel in this group there are a lot of fears, but sometimes with fear, you kind of have to look at it in the face and laugh at it, which is what I see this Page of Cups is doing. He's completely open. He's looking in the cup and a fish is coming out. He's not thinking that's impossible. He's thinking, oh, what else might come out of that cup? This is about turning around, coming out of your own fears and insecurities to seeing what there is before you. Wow. So a lot of blockages here, but you've overcome it before by having this sort of process of looking fear in the face and seeing the light, the lighter side of things. And what this has done, this has brought you into extreme power, self-power, determination and courage. The Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, these are very dynamic knights as well. Compared to the other two knights, the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. These are very dynamic. They're all about action and fast thinking as well. And what this will do, by facing these fears, things will start to illuminate. You start to create as well. To create, as it said here, to create and move forward into the life that you deserve. They're saying it's now time. Remember, I had that vision of all that darkness. You're going through sediment, but at the end of it, you can see that white light emerging over the horizon. There is an end to this, and it's going to be very beneficial for you. Because you've done the work, you've traversed this void, or the dark night of the soul. You're going through it now, but you will get to the end of it. So what I want to know now, I would like to know, how will this message from the divine, this divine message in the Akashic Records of Group 3, how is it going to illuminate or light up their soul path, please? Because I feel like your soul path is that you're gaining experience and you're going through these different episodes of darkness and feeling it's almost like you're in a vacuum and you're completely isolated, but this is almost strengthening you. Every time you go through this, you're getting more knowledge and more strength, and what you create at the end of it will be even more wonderful. It's almost like that saying, face the fear and do it anyway. Okay, wow, we have 10 of Cups, which is completely the opposite. This is complete enlightenment, joy, community as well, as opposed to the Five of Swords. There's a sense of community, that sense of belonging as well, but also tapping into really, really high vibrations through that heart chakra. Here we have the Four of Cups. So yes, I think, what this says, you're going to see some synchronicities. Things will appear to you in strange places. You could be just sitting by yourself, minding your own business, and you might see a simple thing like a bird or a feather, and that's really interesting. I said a bird or a feather, and a bird, or I think it was a pigeon, just flew past my window. That's really strange, actually. So yeah, they will come to you. This is Spirit giving you information, giving you a message, and letting you know that you are starting to take heed of the synchronicities. And yeah, this is your way of actually traversing this void. The Queen of Wands. This is about completely coming out of yourself. And she has the black cat as well, her familiar, to help her with this. It's connecting with the animal energy as well, the cat energy. And she has a sunflower, and she's connected. She's totally connected, but also she's not afraid. She's really come through this dark night of the soul, and now she can really show everybody what her talents are without fear. And then we have Four of Wands, which is complete celebration and harmony as well, and bringing things together. Wow. So what they're asking you to do is really, it's like fake it till you make it, or I know these are cliches, but face the fear and do it anyway. It's almost to put up the impression that you have no fear and that you are confident, even if you don't believe you are. And what will happen is things will start to balance out. Your energies will start to balance, and it will become you as well. Okay. Let's see what this... no, I'm going to get more information about the Four of Wands, I think. Oh, wow, the High Priestess. This is completely you being balanced or being in tune with yourself. This is knowledge about yourself, knowledge about your soul, your deepest knowledge, really. The High Priestess, she has knowledge of the darkness as well as the light, and this is balancing the two as well. And all the sea of knowledge and sea of wisdom, she's holding it, it's behind her, behind this curtain as well. You're going to get a lot of insight about yourself. This is how it will lighten up your path. A lot of insight and a real sense of balance. And this will do. This will enable things to really, lighten up. You're more connected to nature, to the animals. You're more connected to yourself. You're coming out of yourself, basically coming out of your shell. And this is what will happen. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands, which is all about momentum, direction, effortless movement towards the destination, towards where you want to go as well. Wow, very positive. I think I'm going to go back to this deck actually. So, how will this message, this divine message, how will it light up the soul path for people in group 3, please? Oh, golden crown. Yes, total enlightenment. And we have the crown chakra, really connected to your intuition. You're connected, really. Things are not so dense as they were. As you see with this Five of Swords, things are less murky. And we have this golden colour like we have with the Queen of Wands. This is complete enlightenment, which is what has come through. And you can also see, she's looking forward. She has complete vision. Her third eye is also illuminated as well as her crown. And we have this fire as well. It's that connection to spirit, connection to who you really are. We have here the Knight of Wands, your fiery spirit, that courage that you have to go through the void, to go for the dark night of the soul and come out of it at the other end, being much more evolved and much more sure and happy in yourself as well. Let's have a look. Anything else, please? Soulmate. This relationship is a match made in heaven, and this is definitely a relationship between you, your 3D self, and your soul, basically coming together. More knowledge, things are coming together. The darkness and the light is coming together into a unified whole. And as it said, it's a match made in heaven. Your crown chakra is lighting up. You're getting much more of a connection. You're much more in tune with yourself. And then the new confident you is coming out. Anything is possible here. Wow. Okay, so now what I want to lastly ask, please, is how should people in group 3 respond to this divine message in their Akashic Records, please? I almost feel as well, what's strange is I'm looking at this cat, it's almost like you might kind of get some connection with one of your spirit guides, but it could be an animal spirit guide. It's very interesting. We have a cat here, and I saw the bird fly past. So I think you might get some sort of connection on your soul path with some kind of animal guide. They might be in the 3-dimensional, or they might not be. But you'll get some sort of connection with them, and they'll give you that inspiration and that connection, and that soulmate connection, really. Wonderful energy. So here we have the Lovers. Wow. And we have the Four of Swords. So yes, this is basically, what this is saying is to just allow. It's time to allow that light in, that divine connection in as well. really connecting to your divine self. Your masculine and feminine are coming together in complete harmony. All the energies are coming together. This looks like I think it's the Garden of Eden as well. Things are coming together. Your vibrations, remember we have the Ten of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Your vibrations are starting to increase as well. So it's really allowing it. This Four of Swords is about really calming down that mental energy. Also, if you notice in this particular deck, unlike the other decks, this particular Four of Swords is in the dark. And the other deck is in a gold colour. So it's in the dark, and it's just allowing the process to happen, allowing yourself to go through this darkness. And what this darkness is doing is connecting you. You see this the stained glass window here. It's allowing all this information, all this love, this divine love, this divine hope is going to infiltrate every fibre of your being. But you just have to go through that process. Okay. I'm going to go back to this deck, I think, just for some final words of advice for people in group 3 on what they should do. Wow, move forward. Yes, you're moving forward. But if you notice, remember I said there were blacks. I was seeing blacks and blues and purple. So yes, you see the Five of Cups. You are going through a dark night of the soul. You're going through the void. But if you see, as you move forward, it will start to get lighter. Things will start to illuminate more for you. You really start to get a sense of your own power and really come out of yourself and really get to know yourself on all levels as well. I'm going to finish off with this mediumship training deck for people in group 3. Any advice for them on what they should do, or how they should respond to this divine message within the Akashic Records. Oh, lovely. The wonder of colours. What a difference. And yeah, wow. In this dark box, you open it up and you've gone through this journey, and then the wonder of colours comes through. Remember, we have the Ten of Cups. I think it was in the bottom of one of these decks. Yes, this one. Okay, Ten of Cups in the bottom, that rainbow, that spectrum of colours. Your vibrations are being attuned. Your vibrations are increasing in their frequency as well. Remember here, we've gone from the darkness to the colours. Okay, different ways of looking at things. Your psychic vision, your psychic senses are being more attuned as well. Wow. Okay, thank you very much, group 3. A very intense and very interesting reading with a very, very positive outcome as well. Okay, so thank you for watching. If you like that, usual things, hit the like button, share, subscribe, all the usual things. And leave a comment also if you wish to do so. But for now, thank you very much and goodbye. Hello group 3 and welcome to your reading. You chose the Iolite crystal and the title of this reading is Your Akashic Records Hold a Divine Message to Light Up Your Soul Path. So the structure of the reading will be, I will firstly be asking what this divine message in your Akashic Records is. I will then be asking how this message will light up your soul path. And I'll finish off the reading by asking Spirit for some advice on what you can do about this message. All right, so please Spirit, connect me to the Akashic Records of people in group 4, please. And I'd like to know what divine message is held within their Akashic Records. Oh, Page of Cups is trying to come out there. What divine message is held within the Akashic Records, please? Okay. Right. So we have the Five of Wands, followed by the King of Cups, followed by the Two of Wands. So from this, I believe that in the past, you are somebody who is able to bring order to chaos. I'm seeing chaos here. In a lot of readings, the Five of Wands can be to do with healthy competition or could be bickering, but I think there's a bit of confusion and chaos here. And what I see here is the King of Cups. You're bringing order to tumultuous seas. So metaphorically, tumultuous seas, a lot of waves here. You're not trying to control your surroundings, but you're somebody who's able to remain centered and calm in the midst of chaos. He's not controlling the sea, he's staying afloat on it. And what you're doing, you're actually giving an example to others of how to be calm and strong in these kinds of situations. And you've done this before in chaotic situations, and what's happened is this has given you a lot of power and control. As you can see here, this figure has the whole world in his hands. He's able to control energies because he's able to stay strong and to give, it's really given that example of someone who's calm and centered in the midst of total chaos, basically. So that's something you've done before. So that's really an indication in your Akashic Records that you have the skill and you need to bring it again into your current situation in this particular life. I want to know a bit more about this chaotic scenario, please, Spirit, for the Five of Wands. And again, this 5 is also to do with challenge as well. Challenges that you seem to be able to overcome. You have the ability to do this. Wow. So what you're doing, if you see there's chaos, there's confusion, there's possibly bickering going on here. What you're doing, you're bringing unification, you're unifying energies that seem to be in competition with each other. You're unifying them into a harmonious whole, really. This is what you're able to do. You're able to balance energies and bring them together into something harmonious. You're turning something challenging and you're bringing something very creative out of it. And you're able to bring people and energies together into something really, really positive. And 3 again is the number of creation, and so you're able to tune into the energy of the heart, the energy of feelings as well. As you are the King of Cups, you're able to do that. You can bring people together, which is wonderful. You are a leader in doing this as well, so you have this ability. So I'm going to go to, I think I'm going to go to this deck over here. So, more information please about this divine message that you have for people in group 4 that is held within the Akashic Records. Okay. So here we have wisdom and elder, and we have the number 28, which breaks down to 10, which in numerology is the number 1. Wow. And I believe this is Jupiter, which has to do with expansion and knowledge and wisdom as well. You bring this, you impart this to other people. It's almost like you have as well as a high IQ, you have a high EQ, emotional quotients as well. You're very, very emotionally in tune with other people. You're very much in tune with their energies, and you can restore balance and order. Remember, this is a masculine, the King of Cups. He's not just receptive, but it also has that masculine projective energy as well, restoring order. But you have that, whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. You have that kind of that elder, almost like the old wise man energy about you. I believe that you are an old soul as well. You've seen a lot of things, you've experienced a lot of things, so you know how to bring quite oppositional energies together in a harmonious whole. You bring things together, you bring people together, you bring energies together. This is wonderful as well. Wow. Okay, what else have we got? I'm going to go to this deck, I think. The Gateway Activation of Light Oracle. Wow. Okay. We have this teacher. We have this person who has all this wisdom to impart to others, who can bring people together. Tough light codes. I think it might be pronounced Thoth actually. Light initiation. Great teacher awakening. Divine magic. Yes, you have a lot of ancient wisdom that is held within your Akashic records, and it's time to activate it and bring this into your current life as well. And we have this leadership energy of the Two of Wands as well. You're a leader. People follow you. People respect this wisdom that you have. But I feel for some of you, because of everyday life, sometimes you think, you can feel that you've forgotten this wisdom, but it's always there. It's in the Akashic records. It's energy, basically. Whatever life you've done it in, whether it's thousands of years ago, that energy will never die. It's energy. Energy never dies. It just changes form. So yeah, that's the message for you. It's time to tap into that really, it's almost like a psychic, magical kind of energy that you have. You're very, very in tune with the energies and everything around you, basically, on many different levels, not just in the three-dimensional. This is what I feel from this. And you can impart a lot of wisdom to people. Right, so what I want to know now, please, is how will this divine message light up the soul path of people in group 4, please? Okay, what have we got? So we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, and there's a sense of community. It's you really having that sense of community as well. And then we have Five of Wands again. Wow, so you're bringing people together who are in conflict into some kind of community. You go into situations that seem chaotic and you bring stability and calm. Yes, and you bring this to people. You have the five. So these are two challenges: the Five of Cups and the Five of Wands. So you hold a lot of esoteric knowledge. It's interesting that these are very similar colours. The blue, the dark blue of this Thoth light codes and his cloak, basically. So yes, it's Five of Cups, but it's to do with sorrow, regret, and all them kinds of things. But within that is knowledge that you bring to the table as well. And you're able to transmute situations with your wisdom into something very harmonious. And also, might I add, very prosperous as well. I believe there'll be a lot of possibly financial prosperity for a lot of you in this group as a result of this divine message, your ability to do this, the ability to be that leader as well. Interesting. I'd like to delve more into this Five of Cups, please. Okay, I'm going to go back to this deck, I think. Okay, what have we got? Five of Swords. Wow. Again, this challenging, disparate energy as well. Very unified. And what you're doing, you're going to these situations that seem quite hopeless. And you're the person, the wise person. Remember we talked about the wise elder. You have the wise elder here, the teacher. You're teaching people about how to come together as a community, how to come together, And also we have animals here. So again, it's respect for each other, respect for the animal kingdom as well. It's wonderful energy. I'm going to get more about this actually. So let's see. I'm going to go back to this deck again. So Ten of Pentacles. More information about the Ten of Pentacles, please. We have the Fool. So what you're doing, you're lighting up these situations by bringing this sense of the Fool also. What I feel is that you're renewing, you're bringing a sense of renewal to situations. So the 0 is the beginning. You're able to really refresh situations with your knowledge, with your wisdom, with your experience. You come in. It's almost like I feel that you're traveling to different places, and where there's discord, you're bringing harmony, and you're bringing almost. Remember what I said here. You're able to bring people together in harmony, and there's a sense of fun, and there's a sense of happiness and positivity about this. Is what I'm seeing here. It's almost like you're a role model of how to be connected. And also we have a dog here, so it's connected with the animal kingdom. It's seeing the beauty in things as well. It's being open, it's having an open heart. And I think that's what you do. You come into situations with an open heart. I think your heart chakra will start to expand even more. You really, really feel this, and you really feel your power in doing this. And what this energy will do, it will radiate out, and others will start to pick up in this energy. And this is what will happen. It will transmute from these energies to here, and 3 of Cups as well. Okay, so let's see what we have. So how will this light up the soul path of people in group 4, please? I feel this is really your soul path, is to light up situations, to come in and light them up, basically, to make them more positive, to make them more balanced, to bring harmony. Okay, this is your spiritual gift. We have the number 8 and its spiritual gifts. You are in the process of developing and fine-tuning your spiritual gifts. So possibly a lot of, clairsentience among you as well. But yeah, you are very, very, very in tune to that high frequency of love. You're bringing hope to people as well. I really feel it's almost like you're a pioneer. You're bringing hope, you're bringing light, and you're bringing love to situations as well. This is wonderful. Okay, what have we got with this deck? We have the central sun, abundance downloads. Remember what we said here, abundance. Yeah? And it's almost like you're getting people to think of things in positive ways as well, because you're actually role modeling it yourself. And then also we have regeneration. Remember what I said, renewal. You're bringing you're refreshing the situation. So regeneration, success. Wow. And we have this lovely solar energy as well, this solar plexus energy. I feel like you're very, very powerful. You radiate a lot of energy to others, and it's very, very positive energy as well. And I think you're going to get a more acute sense of you doing this. You're going to feel much more powerful as well. And this really is highlighting your spiritual gifts, which is your soul path. You're meant to be that spiritual leader, that spiritual teacher. Okay, so what I'd like to know, what should people in group 4 do in response to this message? What should you do about it, basically? What action should they take? So we have the 5 of Cups again, okay, followed by the 6 of Wands. Yes. So can you see it's really accepting that you might be in places or situations where people are feeling like this. There's this kind of energy, this dark, heavy, dense energy of sorrow. But what you're doing, again, you're this pioneer, you're this leader. People are following you. It's really about having that confidence in yourself, I feel. And also what's interesting, I think this is Jupiter in Leo. And here we have the symbol of Jupiter as well, which is about expansion as well. So your knowledge is your wisdom is very expansive. It's from a long time ago, and you carry that with you. It's almost like some sort of energy signature that people latch onto and recognize as something really high vibrational in terms of They just get a sense that, they might not know it, but they get a sense that the messages and your aura, the sense you have, is really connected to a high vibration of really divine love, and they will follow you with that. Beautiful. Let's see. I'm going to go to this deck, I think. The Hidden Worlds Oracle deck. So any last words of advice, please, for people in group 4? How should they deal or respond to this message, please? Okay, we have Dawn Watcher, Caretaker, Guardian, Support. Yeah, I think people do see you as somebody very supportive. Again, you have that also nurturing kind of quality to you. They do see you as that leader, someone who's very supportive. And I think it's really about you accepting that role. You are kind of a caretaker. You do look after others. You want to make sure that others are okay. You want to bring harmony where there's conflict, and people will really follow you. And as you can see here, we have a horizon, and we have the clouds parting, and we have a face here with the third eye lit up. So yeah, you are connected to something very, very high vibrational, and people will follow you. And it's about you recognizing that you have this energy, you embody this energy as well. One last word of advice, please. I'm going to go back to this deck, I think. Source. Wow. Your connection to Source is the light and love that shines through you. Remember, we're lighting up this darkness. Shines through you and leads the way. Yes, you are a leader. You're a spiritual leader. You're connected to Source. Again, the Fool is connected to Source. Wow. Okay. The central sun as well. You have that lovely energy about you, really vibrant. You really light up a negative situation. Wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, what a lovely reading to finish off with. Thank you very much, Group 4. I hope you liked that reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, all the usual things. But for now, I will say thank you very much and goodbye.